All right, folks, we're joined by Ethan Forman. He is a writer for Gloucester Daily Times sister paper, the Salem Evening News. How are you, Ethan? Thanks for joining us.
I'm doing well, thank you.
All right, we want to get right into your latest story. Can you tell us all about that?
Well, the latest story that I have in our business section or on your front page is about the COVID testing center that cropped up practically overnight in Swampscott. I was actually going to the Domino's Pizza, getting a pizza, and right next door, a little few doors down, next to the Salem 5 Bank, is barrels and caution tape and a tent in front of the AFC Urgent Care in Swampscott on Paradise Road, and is a signboard that says COVID testing center, call ahead. So that was it was kind of startling.
Yeah, right in your neighborhood.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if you've been going into the CVS, I went into my local CVS. They've got markers on the floor telling you to stand about 6 feet apart. When you go in for the takeout, there's lines on the floor telling you to stand back from the counter. This particular testing center, I learned, it just started recently. You have to have an appointment. You cannot just show up. And what they do is that you come to the testing center and you basically are going to be actually screened by the screen on the phone first. Then you'll go outside. You will not go in the building. And so that's it's pretty interesting. In fact, they're actually going to give you a flu test first. If you test positive for the flu, you're not going to get a COVID test. There's just not enough of them.
I was really struck by your story, Ethan, because I have not read anywhere, I have not read anything that says where testing is happening and what the circumstances are. So,
well, the Salem News, we had a story. There is a drive-through center in Middleton. And again, it's another call ahead situation. None of these centers are something that you can go to. There's also a center in Beverly as well, the AFC Urgent Care in Beverly, and the Carewell in Peabody on Andover Street, Route 114. But the key here is they're going to want to pre-screen you first, ask you certain questions, and if you meet that criteria, then you'll come down. It's not something where you should just show up.
So could you just, for our listeners, run through the 3 places where they can get, let's leave Middleton out because that's pretty far for our people, the
Yes.
3 care centers. And these are happening in urgent care centers. That's important to know, right? And
and so what's happened is these 2 urgent care companies have become places where you can get the test. However, they just want people, coming there. The Carewell Center from the website in Peabody, that's on Andover Street in Peabody, appears to be something where they know you're coming. They'll do something, a sort of a modified drive-through. The center in Swampscott, and I believe the center in Beverly, is something where you have to call ahead, and I think that's really important. That people shouldn't get their hopes up that they're going to get a test. And in fact, what they're stressing, the Board of Health chairperson in Swampscott, Marion Hartman, is stressing, is if you're not sick, don't try to get one of these tests, because they not only need the scarce tests, they need the protective equipment too. Every time they test you, take a swab, they have to throw all that stuff out. So it's critical that people understand. There's one in Swampscott. If you go to the website for AFC Urgent Care, there's Swampscott and Beverly, and the Carewell Center in Peabody. But I would stress that you go to these websites and follow the protocols.
right. So call ahead. Do not go if you have minor symptoms or if you just don't feel like it's really necessary, because you're using up important resources. You're using up the tests and also that extra protective equipment, right?
Exactly. And if you do have it, you don't want to put anybody at risk, spreading it, going around. So they will give you that certain criteria that you'll need, and they'll tell you whether you're going to show up or not.
Okay. Do you think this?
Sorry, I was going to say, is there any indication that other test centers will be established soon?
That I don't know, and I was not able to get an answer. I did try emailing the AFC Urgent Care to ask them if they're doing this elsewhere. So this is really by sort of literally stumbling upon this one going for pizza.
Gotcha.
Okay, thank you so much, Ethan. This is really, it's an important story. The 3 testing centers do exist. Be really judicious about deciding to use them.
Can I say one more thing?
Please do.
You know, I haven't been feeling that great. Call your doctor. Call the person you normally go to. Get on the phone with them. See what's going on. If you're not sick, if you're not having real trouble breathing, I don't think they really want you to go out. Just stay home.
Gotcha.
Good advice. Really good advice. Well, we look forward to talking to you again about more stories.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank
All
you.
right. Get well, Ethan. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, you too. Thanks. Stay safe.
Bye.